So we have our stuff here. The last thing we need to do is like, yeah, cool. We made a router, but we have to attach it back to the main app. Otherwise, it's just floating around. It's not doing anything. So maybe I said the app is the actual API. This is just like a sub API, but we have to mount it back to the app. So in order to do that, let's export the router. So export default router like that. And then you can go back to server and you can import your router from router, like so. And you can get rid of this if you want. You can go after it or whatever. The thing about creating routes is that order does matter. If you make a route that's the same, like if I make another one of these, right? Like, okay, copy just said no. If I make another one of these with the same method path combination, which one of these is going to fire? They're both targeting the same method path combination. Like, what would you expect? If you were the creators of Express, what would you have built into Express to handle this situation where they're both targeting the same thing?
I would say whatever is registered first.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever was first. So like, that's actually what's happening. So this one would actually execute first, and this one would never get executed. So the order in which you register a listener matters. So top to bottom does matter when it comes to defining routes. And you can think of it as like this. Every time you do this, you're actually registering, like, hey, I want to be notified via this function when this combination comes in. And they put that subscription inside of an array. So there's an array of event handlers that get called. So it would make sense that this one would be the first thing in the array and this one would be the second thing in the array. So because this one got found first, this one never gets found. And you can think of it that way. That's pretty much what it is. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna leave that. And now what we wanna do is we wanna say app.use. I never talked about that. Use is not a HTTP method, but it's something built into Express. And use allows you to apply some type of global option, some type of global configuration, either to the whole app or to a certain path of your API. In our case, we're gonna do a certain path. We're gonna say we wanna use, or so for everything that has /API in it, we wanna use the router. So what is this actually saying? Okay, we're gonna walk through it. We know in our router we have a route. Let's say we know we have a GET request for get/product, right? So in our head we're like, oh cool. If we want to make a GET request to /product, assuming there was something here, it would trigger this. It would work. No, not anymore, because router is mounted to /API. So the actual URL for that would be /API/product, because this is mounted before any other routes that are registered here. So now this whole router doesn't exist until you put /API in your URL. So you have to go to your url.com/API/any one of these, or these, or these. But these don't know that they belong to /API, and that's what makes router cool. It's just a way for you to abstract and move around different pieces of your API, like components. You can think of like a router as like a component for routes, basically. They're just reusable.